An ordinary Japanese girl became the third wife of the president of Indonesia. Their love story was like a fairy tale despite the 40-year age gap and significant differences in their backgrounds and cultures. The girl even converted to Islam for his sake. However, their story ended tragically. Where is Dewi Sukarno now? And what does her daughter look like after 57 years? Watch the full video to find out. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon to get notified as I upload a new video. Let's go on. Dewi Sukarno was born as Naoko Nemoto on February 6, 1940, in Tokyo, Japan. She grew up in a poor family, with her father working as a carpenter and her mother as a housewife. Dewi's mother was constantly ill, and the family had to borrow money to allow her to attend school. Therefore, since middle school, she has been working part-time to help ease the family's financial burden. At 15, her father passed away, and she became the sole provider for the family. Dewi started working as a nightclub hostess at the prestigious Copacabana Club in Akasaka. She quickly became popular in the club, and many political leaders and influential people often gathered there because of her beauty. Despite her facial features hinting at mixed heritage, she is entirely Japanese. Dewi quickly mastered English and the social etiquette skills of the upper class, and she was making a good income. At the same time, she was studying arts and dreaming of becoming a writer. However, in 1959, her life took a dramatic turn. Through an introduction by a Japanese businessman, 19-year-old Dewi met the Indonesian president Sukarno during his state visit at a tea party at the Imperial Hotel in Tokyo. When Sukarno saw her, he was drawn to her beautiful eyes. He fell in love with her instantly and described her as a charming goddess. After a short conversation at the party, they discovered they had many shared interests. Sukarno confessed that it wasn't just her beauty that captivated him, but also her love for art. Upon returning to Indonesia, Sukarno invited Dewi to visit him, and she accepted. While in Indonesia, she witnessed his interactions with the local people and admired him even more. Their relationship blossomed, and he eventually proposed to her. He asked me to be his inspiration, his strength, the joy of his life, she recalled. And I thought to myself, even if I live for 100 years, I'll never hear such a poetic proposal again. Dewi officially married Sukarno in 1962 and converted to Islam. She was 22 years old, while he was nearly 60. At that time, Sukarno already had 2 wives, making Dewi his third wife, but his love for her was profound. Whenever he attended international conferences or diplomatic meetings, Dewi was always by his side, almost like the First Lady of Indonesia. She held Sukarno's affection entirely and lived a lavish life in the palace. Dewi got to know many important people in politics. In 2008, Japan's secret documents showed that in the 1960s, Dewi was even a secret messenger between the Japanese Prime Minister and Indonesian President Sukarno, assisting the two parties in resolving issues. But as she became more famous, she was under a lot of international pressure. Dewi was rumored to be a traitor to Japan. The Japanese media called her a prostitute abandoned by Japan. Even though Dewi lived far away in Indonesia, her family in Japan had a hard time. Reporters and photographers bothered them all the time. Dewi's mom got really sick from all the stress and died. Then, just 2 days after that, her little brother ended his life by gas poisoning. This was really hard for Dewi to deal with. But Sukarno was always there for her, supporting and comforting her. He gave me so much love, tons of love, every second of every day, Dewi remembered. Amidst this turmoil, tragedy struck again in 1967 when a coup took place in Indonesia. Military leader Suharto seized power during the chaos. Sukarno lost his position and was put under house arrest. His family decided to go into exile to avoid being captured by the new government. Dewi, who was pregnant at the time, sought refuge at the Japanese embassy in Indonesia to return home. However, Japan, wanting to avoid tensions with the new government, did not accept her. Eventually, she found refuge in France, which was more receptive to political refugees. That same year, she gave birth to her daughter, Kartika. Before leaving, she had transferred a significant amount of assets and money to a Swiss bank, allowing her to continue living a luxurious life in France. Dewi became a well-known figure in Parisian high society, earning the nickname the Pearl of the Orient for her elegant Asian features. She befriended many celebrities like Alain Delon and Ringo Starr for the Beatles. Additionally, she had close ties with French and Spanish aristocrats. In 1970, when Sukarno became seriously ill, Dewi took their daughter back to Indonesia to see him one last time. Despite the risks, she didn't hesitate, even willing to die just to be with her beloved husband. Sadly, Sukarno passed away just 24 hours after their arrival. After that, Dewi raised their daughter on her own. While she didn't inherit Sukarno's wealth, she did receive a pension from the Indonesian government as the president's widow. Dewi and her daughter lived in France for around 10 years before moving to New York for her daughter's education. In 2008, nearing her 70s, Dewi returned to Japan. She became the editor-in-chief of a weekly magazine and also launched charity initiatives by founding the Earth Aid Society. Today, Dewi is 84 years old, yet she maintains her stunning beauty. She manages her own jewelry and cosmetics businesses and actively engages in charity work, raising funds for various causes. Sometimes, she appears on Japanese TV shows and serves as a judge for beauty pageants, like the 2005 Miss International competition held in Tokyo. Dewi also owns a YouTube channel to connect with younger audiences. Her daughter, Kartika, is now 57 years old. She married Fritz Frederick Siegers, the president of Citibank Europe, in 2005. They have now a 17-year-old son named Frederick Kiran. Kartika leads the Kartika Sukarno Foundation, focusing on education, culture, and the welfare of Indonesian mothers and children. From being an ordinary Japanese girl to becoming the First Lady of Indonesia, Dewi's life has been extraordinary. Even in her 80s, she continues to work hard and embrace challenges like skydiving and surfing. In her autobiography, she wrote, "Many may see me as a lucky Cinderella, but in reality, I've put in 3 times the effort and studied 3 times harder than others. With clear goals, I find the motivation to keep moving forward in life." It's been 54 years since Dewi's husband passed away, yet she has never remarried. She cherishes his memory deeply to this day. Sometimes, she shares photos of him on her social media along with messages of love. Even after all these years, her love for him remains strong. What do you think of this story? Share your thoughts in the comments. And that's it. If you enjoyed the video and want more like it, be sure to leave a thumbs up below in appreciation. And if you haven't already, you really want to subscribe to my channel, and tick the bell icon so you get notified as I upload a new video every week. See you in the next video.